just because you see a child that looks like they're in AT&R, if they have cerebral palsy, most likely they have some kind of paralysis around the vocal cords, larynx, or laryngomalacia, which is the flaps that are too thick or too overgrown. And so what happens is when a child has compromised windpipes, larynx, whatever it is, what they will do, you will see the elbow cross midline and the head is here. So I'm going to do it in both positions. The elbow, if you do it on yourself, cross your midline on your elbow and wrench your neck. That is the most room you're going to get out of an esophagus. Okay? It is not dystonic CP. This is not AT&R. This is I can't breathe, and this is the only position that I have. But really, for the most part, when you're seeing that elbow here, this is, and you'll also too, you should not hear a child breathe. This kind of child is a very snarfly. You know, and you'll have a lot of respiratory issues going on. And that's what's going on. It is not an AT&R. So the first thing that needs to be done is I prefer ear, nose, and throat scope, ENT. They go in. Again, is there a paralysis? That's a different story than laryngomalacia. But there's something going on with the cords, and it has to be identified. Because again, too, if you put the child vertical with the head brace and everything, you're fighting against the breathing. So what you're doing with that, right? When you're fighting against the breathing balance and heart functions comes first. So when you're trying to mess with AT&R, you're messing with their language, which is I can't breathe. So when it's been misidentified, first of all, you're trying to put them in a position where they're going to say, I can't breathe, I'm going to breathe. And so again, you'll start saying, oh, that AT&R is horrible, and you keep working with it. It's not AT&R. So second of all, we need to identify where the structural issues are. Can it be fixed by surgery? In a lot of cases, if it's laryngomalacia, yes, they can go in and trim the flap and so forth. But again, for the older children, it's a little bit harder. What you need to start doing is very specific lessons, because I can guarantee you $5. You put that head midline and like here, and that's exactly what they're just gonna panic, because again, it's like an apnea, they can't breathe. And also, it's not that they can't breathe. They might have grown out from the laryngomalacia, or the paralysis is not as bad that they're older, but their brain is saying, if I go midline or I go to the other side, I can't breathe. And they will protect the breathing first, and when they're protecting the breathing also, the brain can't learn. So in other words, like if I'm dunking you out of water, I can't say, let's learn Russian while we're doing this. I also wouldn't do a pillow, because you're gonna restrict the airway. I literally probably identify 3 kids a week that just can't breathe, and they've been just diagnosed as dystonic CP.